On today's show, we discussed busted pipes, deductibles, and Sonic Drive-In. We also have guest Jay Johnson from Landing Collective Real Estate Solutions. I don't like it. Start over. The cat's ass got me.
I think I'm keeping that one, but let's just do it again for the podcast.
Oh my God. That was funny.
Okay.
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay. Whew.
On today's show, we discuss busted pipes, deductibles, and Sonic Drive-In. We also have guest Jay Johnson, CEO of Landing Collective Real Estate Solutions and host of podcast Expert-ish.
There you go. See, you did a fine job on that introduction, Serena.
What's your cat's name?
That is Luna.
Luna.
Happy New Year, Serena.
It's been a long December. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever.
Well, you know what? We didn't talk like the holidays. We texted a couple times, but we decided to not do another show until after the New Year so we could all enjoy our families.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you come back with a new background. What's going on back there? There's a story. I can see it in your eyes. There's a story.
We started off the new year fabulous. The holidays were awesome as well. We hosted both of our families Christmas Eve and Christmas Day in our new house. And the New Year's came around. It was great and awesome, restful. And yesterday we both went back to work and we came home last night at 5:00 to 2 burst water pipes.
I knew you were going to say water leak. Oh my God. That happened to my neighbor's house. How bad is it?
The ceiling in our garage is on the floor in the garage.
That's pretty bad, Serena.
Yeah. So that really sucks. The whole upstairs where I do my podcast and have all my sewing room and office area is floating.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, Happy New Year.
Yeah. But the silver lining is we wanted to re-insulate those rooms and make them more efficient with better insulation. And we had gotten a bid in the fall when we moved in, and it was just kind of out of our budget for right now. So we were like, you know what, thanks for the bids, but we're going to put this on the back burner. Well, today I got to call those people back because all the insulation is dripping water. So
it's in the insurance company's budget, I'm guessing.
Yes.
So who cut those water lines?
Oh my God. If they weren't PVC pipes that were exploded into a million pieces.
Oh.
I mean, I've never seen anything like this ever in my life. I mean, I've never been a homeowner, but I've never known anybody that this has happened to this magnitude.
My neighbors across the street, their water pipes busted in the overhead. I mean, it's probably not to what your level is, but it was a long process to get everything fixed, and I'm sure it's quite expensive.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to pay our deductible and then the rest is in their hands. But we have, I don't know if you can hear them, but the water came down the walls in our guest bathroom and guest bedroom. So the carpets pulled up in there as well. And then our garage, literally, I pulled up in the driveway because Brandon called me at work freaking out. And I was hoping that he was exaggerating, but I pulled into the driveway and it literally looked like it was raining in our garage, and just like cords are hanging and insulation's hanging. And I was like,
oh my God.
Yeah, it's a lot. But a company came today and they got a ton of it cleaned up.
Well, good. I mean, it sounds like it's moving a lot quicker.
Oh my gosh, my husband.
What?
He said he just came sliding in. Oh God.
Oh, something's going on with your.
Yeah. He came sliding in here like Tom Cruise and said, whoa, when have I ever exaggerated? And I wasn't being for real.
All the time.
Mike said all the time. He said, what a load.
How's his beard going? Pretty good.
Oh my gosh. Yes, it's great. I'll have to send you a picture. Have you seen it lately?
No, just tell him to jump in the camera shot there. So I'll wave at him.
Brandon, you want to come get in the camera? He wants to see your beard.
It's going on YouTube, so they'll be able to see him.
It's gray sweatpants season in our house, so he might not.
Oh, I don't want to. Yeah. It's been cold here.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it got below freezing one night.
Well, that's cold. I mean, for Alabama.
We're having our 3 days of winter right now.
You know what I said last night? My brat ass said, I was like, you know what really sucks about this is that it's supposed to be 1 degrees and I have to park outside.
Uh, spoiled. Well,
Not that it's raining inside the house, but just that I have to park outside in the cold.
well, now that you made everyone miserable, you said Christmas was good. It sounded like you hosted a lot of parties. Yeah, I'm guessing
Yes.
you guys just had water, no alcohol or anything, right?
Yeah, just water.
Okay, good. Good old Moyer family
Yeah.
water.
Yeah. I mean, this is the first, we haven't been home in Kansas since 2016 for a holiday.
Right.
And Brandon's, all of his family lives here. His mom and dad just recently bought a house in the Ozarks. So now they live here. And so
Oh.
we had his family over on Christmas Eve and then my family on Christmas Day.
Oh man. You know what?
Yeah.
I love that. It is hectic and you have a lot of dishes to do and stuff,
Yeah.
but the house to clean. But you know what? There's nothing like family during the holidays. And that's why I just told you before, that's why Thanksgiving's my favorite. There's no expectations but food.
Yeah. I mean, did you guys stay local? Did you go out of town?
No,
What'd
we
you do?
stayed local. We stayed local. And it
That's
was
good.
great. Had my kids over. I mean, it was just you know what? Nice. And we got out of Christmas debt free, huh? We didn't charge
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I know that a lot of people carry debt into the new year.
Mhm.
It happens, right? It happened to me when
Yep.
I was young.
Sure.
You know, those credit cards come in handy for Santa.
Absolutely. I mean, I've been there, done that. I tried really hard this year not to do it. And I finally was just like, when it was getting to that point, I'm like, that's it. It's good. Christmas is
Yeah.
good. We don't need to keep going.
Well, the only thing I bought that I wasn't going to buy, you know, I got called out, by the way. Someone listens to my podcast, right? And and my daughter said, "Hey, I hear that my sister got pit tickets to Morgan Wallen, and I didn't get any, right, for Christmas because my youngest doesn't listen, so I knew she wouldn't know." And I was like, "Sorry, babe, but you don't live at home anymore, and she's still my baby." And of course, in her stocking, she had pit tickets to Morgan Wallen, right?
Oh yeah.
But she was
You
so
didn't buy 'em for
upset.
the whole family?
I did, but I didn't say that on the podcast before, and I wasn't going to tell her because it was in her
Oh.
stocking.
Got it.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you like just really didn't get them for her. I was like, shit.
No, I did. Can you imagine?
Oh
no.
my God.
As popular as he is right now.
Oh yeah. I would love to
Yeah.
go see him, but his tickets are too expensive for here. I mean, he's coming to Kansas City and I just can't do it.
Yeah, it was, well, you know what? It doesn't matter.
Well, you're
gonna
doing
go.
it for your girls. For me as an adult, I need to be spending $300 on, towards my deductible.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh, I want to talk about deductibles real quick.
Sure.
And I'm saying the money stuff because this guy, a friend of mine, Jay Johnson's coming on in a little while. And we're going to talk about money in January. January is going to be money month for Skill Mill because I think a lot of people out there are interested in how to either save money or maybe they
Mhm.
spent too much during the holidays, you know,
Mhm.
but anyway, we'll get back to that. Deductibles. My insurance, when I moved to Alabama,
Mhm.
I never thought about hurricanes or any of that stuff and deductibles. I just like, I need insurance because I bought my house while I lived in Hawaii. I'd never seen it. So I just signed the paperwork and I was like, man, the deductible was kind of big. I thought maybe I'll change it. Long story short, didn't change it. We had a hurricane. I found out my deductible was $20,000.
What?
Yes. Because of high wind and it. Yeah. I changed insurance companies now.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So have you checked on your deductible price?
Yeah. Yeah. Our deductible is $2,500.
Oh my gosh. Mine was $20,000.
I mean, the new pads just for the carpet alone will be that. So I mean,
You got $40,000 worth of damage.
oh, easy. I mean, the
Yeah.
assurance adjuster comes on Friday, so we'll see. I mean, the insulation, the sheetrock, the electrical, the plumbing.
Yeah. Hey,
I mean-
Serena, you're getting a new house.
I mean, that's kind of what my insurance agent said. He was like, I mean, I have this guilt feeling because I'm like, oh my God, this is just the only part of the house we wanted to redo is what got damaged. And so that makes me feel like a terrible human. But the insurance adjuster or our insurance guy was like, Serena, this is why you will pay insurance on this house for the next 30 years or more. And
Yes.
hopefully this never happens again. This
Well-
is why you do this.
I pay insurance, on my cars. And I don't know if I told you this, but my 16-year-old daughter who just got a brand new car, she introduced the side of her car to a Sonic menu.
No, I did not know that.
Oh yeah. All the way down the side.
Oh,
And someone
shit.
said, "Will it buff out?" I'm like, apparently you haven't seen this dent / scratch. I'm like, how could you not hear it? Like nails on a chalkboard going
Oh,
down the side
yeah.
of your car. And
Yeah.
hey, if it would have been just on the door, no, door, back door, back. I was like, how in the hell? But you know what? It was our first, we'll call it
Yep.
an accident.
I mean, I can't talk.
Yeah.
I did it with my first car. I didn't scratch the Sonic menu, but
Yeah.
I ruined my dad was just talking to me about that too. I was like, give me a break.
I bring up Sonic once a day now.
I have a poker chip for a free cherry limeade. I should send it to her.
You should. Oh my gosh. You should definitely send it to her.
I'll look and make sure she can use it there.
All right, Serena, before we bring on Jay, you don't know this, but I've been on Jay's podcast twice. We'll talk about that with Jay. Yeah.
Okay.
So 2021 was a great year for Skill Mill and for Diapers and Deployments. If everyone already knows that we won the Veteran Podcast of the Year, if they don't know that, I just like to say that again and again.
Oh yeah.
Just to let them know how good we are.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We have the emerging leaders. Skill Mill graduated from the Emerging Leaders Program with the SBA in 2021. 2022 is looking good so far. I mean, my paycheck cleared, so we'll see. No, but big things coming. Just stay tuned. And Diapers and Deployment is going to be here for a while, it looks like. Serena, they're not getting rid of us.
I mean, that makes me so happy because I love talking. So
still.
Yeah.
All right, Serena. So I'm going to welcome Jay to the show. I didn't tell you how attractive he was, huh?
No, I didn't know. I mean, you should have introduced him as Jay, the attractive guest, not as Jay. Excuse me, Jay Johnson, CEO of Landing Collective Real Estate Solutions and host of his own podcast, Expert-ish.
That's right. Welcome to the show, Jay.
Thanks, Mike. I'm glad you're not wearing your glasses today. And you just keep talking me up like that. It's great.
Well, I don't have my contacts in. But,
exactly.
I first thing I want to say is that, I've been on your podcast a couple of times, Expert-ish. Yeah. And if you are listening, do not look up Jay Johnson podcast because guess what? It won't be you. It's some coach. No. Who's this Jay Johnson guy anyway? He doesn't count, right?
No. Some coach, and then there's some baseball player. Yeah. Which neither of them are me. I wish.
So look up Expert-ish. Like me and Serena are kind of expert-ish on a few things, right, Serena? I don't know.
I mean, I kind of feel that way. Some people might think I'm full of crap, but
not me, Serena, not me.
Same thing, right? I think we're all full of crap to a point.
We are. All right. So Jay, just, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Like you, I'm a veteran, retired mid 2017. Started. You have to make those options. You kind of go in the same route as the military to get a contract work, different, kind of DoD jobs, stuff like that. Which case, hey, great, capitalize on that. Capitalize on that a little bit, but. I just there was an itch that hadn't been scratched, something totally different. So I was kind of going a different way, and I was just going to do real estate investing. And then, I think a lot of us, I did, talked about this before probably with you on our podcast too, how I went to this certification course for military relocation professionals with a civilian real estate friend of mine. He asked me to go help out with acronyms and stuff, just silly stuff, and I got really frustrated watching the people. It wasn't the facilitator, but it was the people in that course that were, most of them, honestly, a lot of them were veterans, but it was had done one tour or just a couple of years, or it was a military spouse who only had that point of view or that little slice of info from the husband or wife that's active duty, right?
You mean the person that came home bitching about the military all the time?
Exactly. So they had that narrow thing. So It wasn't malicious, but it was just horrible info they were sharing. And I'm like, holy shit, how does anybody get a fair, it's bad enough the military gets targeted, right? Gets targeted a lot for a lot of things, marketed to, some people call it targeting. And so, that just kind of pissed me off, and I thought we could do it better and we could do something, from that. So then I started Landing Collective Real Estate Solutions to kind of dive into all the things real estate. Didn't realize what I was getting into. Thought, cool, I just do this side, but how we are too, we get too driven and we're just going to build this. So now it's 4.5 years later. So 4 full years under it. And I've added a few companies to that. Now the rental management side, a full relocation service that we're getting ready to kick off. And then the one that I really enjoy the most is the real estate. We have Milvet Real Estate Investments and started doing just education on people to invest in the real estate and how, walk them through how to invest and utilize their leverage the VA loan, especially for investment, stuff like that. So really it just kind of grew from that. I didn't mean for it to be a full-on career. Now it's turned into like 3 careers. So
that's how it is, right?
Yeah, it is. I know you do the same thing because
Yes.
I know this wasn't what you were fully planning at first, was it?
Not.
No.
All I knew was I didn't want a GS job. And I didn't want a job that was too jobby. That's what I thought.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
True.
Nothing too jobby.
Well, then people tell you like, well, you have your own company, so you control your own schedule, which is true technically, but really your schedule is like you control which 3 hours a day you get off, right?
Right.
That's kind of what that is.
Yeah. Well, like I'm texting you yesterday. I'm like, can you do a podcast tomorrow night at 7? You're like, sure.
Yeah, why not? Right.
I don't have anything else to do, Mike.
I know. Well, shit, I was on a plane all day today. So yeah, I'm well rested. That's why I'm standing up. I can't sit on my ass any longer for today.
Well, now come on, Jay, you were on a plane. You have a real estate company, so you're definitely flying first class. So we don't feel bad for you.
Hey man, I did spring for the exit row. So there you go. That's how first class I am.
Do they charge more for exit rows these days? I haven't flown in a while.
Man, they charge for everything these days. Yeah.
I'm going to Mexico next month, and I think I had to pay for a carry-on and I had to pay for a suitcase, and I don't know. I'm gonna have to pay to wear a mask probably.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, mask wearing fee, mask tax.
Yeah.
We're gonna get sidetracked right here, Jay, because I want to tell a quick Mexico story.
Yeah, let's do it.
Me and my wife went to Mexico for some odd reason in July. It's nice and cool down there in July. It's because it's cheap. That's why we went. We were broke and young, and we drank all week. Like everything has tequila, and I'm pretty sure the water has tequila in it.
Mhm.
And on the way to airport, I'm like, I'm done. Liver needs a break. She's like, yes, we're done for a while. And I get to the airport, and this lady walks around, and she's got Corona, and she's like, 2 for $1. And I looked up, and I was like, 2. My wife's like, I thought you were done. I'm like, it's 2 for $1.
Yeah, it would be kind of a sin not to take it.
Yeah.
It would be. So Serena, enjoy Mexico and take an extra liver with your carry-on.
I cannot wait. It's for 5 days, all girls and Tyler.
Good luck.
Have fun.
Well, hopefully we see you back.
Yeah.
I know. I'll be back. Don't say that. There's crazy things that have happened there. I've had a shitty couple of 48 hours.
Yes.
I didn't mean anything bad, just like you decide not to come back.
Oh,
That's what I meant. Let's just clarify.
That's
not like some human trafficking or something, but just hopefully you don't just stay down there, drinking margaritas.
I feel like now every news story I've been seeing lately, I'm like, shit. Okay.
Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah.
Mexico.
Right. I'm like, it'll be all right. We'll be fine.
We'll be fine.
Yeah.
You have Tyler there to protect you. That's a different story, though.
Totally good.
Yeah. So, Jay, I told you we get sidetracked. You did too on your show. I mean, it's having fun, right?
It is. And,
the month of January, I told Serena, I just want to educate veterans on money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we carry debt with us into January from Christmas as a society. But I know as a young sailor, I not only carried it, I had a lot of it. I was like, come on, debt, let's go in January. We'll figure it out.
Right.
You got to get that kid that $1,000 Xbox that you can't find, right?
Yeah.
So we were talking about some of the ways we could bring on people that were an expert with money like you, just to talk about the basics, right? To start off basic and what we can do, what sailors can do to help them in January.
Yeah, no, I think that's awesome. Man, I would say it just, to me, every time I have this conversation with anybody, I really start with kind of the budget, and I don't budget the way
the B word.
Yeah. And it's not, to me, like a budget is something flexible. It's not something I'm stuck with. And I'm not saying this is the right way for everybody, but my budget is so that I know and I can expect what I'm spending. If I want to spend more, I'm going to do it, but I'll adjust accordingly. But to me, the biggest thing that I see people stuck in, and we're talking from E1 to 06, will be stuck with that LES, right? The LES is obviously how the DoD breaks down our pay, right? It's just a pay stub, but they break it down into those little pots of money. And how many times do we hear that, right? Pots of money when we need to order something in the military, right? Oh, sorry, that's a different pot of money. You're like, dude, we have this money. Yeah, we had all this money over here. We don't have it here, but this is a different pot of money, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's the same thing with the LES, and it's from, obviously on the real estate side, there's the, your BAH. So people think, oh, I'm saving money if I rent a place that I'm $50 under my BAH. So I'm saving money. But then since there's no car allowance they'll go spend $850 a month on a car.
Right.
So, and I'm not saying like one way is right or the other, because everybody has their different needs, different wants, but man, you just got to really examine your LAS and see what you actually make. Remember that your allowances, things like like your BH, right? You can plus that up by 25%, really, because you're not taxed on it. So just think of it the way somebody outside would think of it, like a civilian. You're like, hey, they're getting taxed on all of their money. You're not getting taxed on any of the allowances. So kind of keep that in mind, but also just look at your total pay and spend it the way that you think is best for you. Invest the way you think is best for you, how much you think is best for you, and spend it that way, as opposed to so many people just get tied into like, hey, I'm saving this much because of a housing allowance, or I can't spend this because 10%, of this.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd say that's to me, the biggest first step is just understanding really what your pay is and making it work for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's people give you percentages. You're supposed to save 10% of your income, and you're supposed to give 10% to Serena's church, and whatever you're supposed to do with your money. But the Church of Serena.
Wait, is that not right? Because you've been having me do an allotment to Serena, like first time we did the podcast. Is that not right?
Well, she needs it. Her house is flooded, but
she's got to get to Mexico. She's got to get to Mexico.
We had busted pipes yesterday, 2 of them.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So
sorry.
She has. Hey, don't feel sorry for her. She's got a low deductible, and she needed some new stuff in her house. So
I need a new insulation anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't need a new ceiling. I didn't need new carpet. I didn't need any of that, but I'm getting it.
So the pipes burst, or you burst the pipes? How did that?
That's what I asked.
My guilty self is. I'm like, oh my God, this is awful, because
I
got estimates on all this stuff already when we bought the house in August, and then the place where it got destroyed is where we were.
That's pretty convenient, Serena. But let's get back to helping people save money.
I know.
Yeah. Step 1: burst your pipes and get your shit fixed.
Trust me, I would rather the garage not be raining than getting new shit put in the house. I promise you that.
I believe you. Mike doesn't believe you. I believe you.
I believe her, but it is suspicious. But you know what? She's an honest person with integrity, so I do believe her. But I got to give her a hard time.
I mean, I do give money to church. My kids go to private school.
Serena, you don't have to tell us. It's okay.
No, man, they start back tomorrow. There we go. It's not Church of
yes.
Serena. It's just a church that I gotta pay for.
Right. Shit.
I gotta pay too. But all right. See, we're getting sidetracked. We're talking about money.
I know.
You know what? Budget though. What always made me mad about a budget, when younger, is it's like a diet, right? It's a bad word, right? You're like, I'm not going on a diet. I'm not going on a budget. So that means I can't get what I want. But you said you just have to adjust. And I don't think enough people say that. And they don't say what makes you happy, because some people don't want to invest, right?
No.
And that's okay.
No. Mm-hmm.
It's really personal. Budgets are personal. And
absolutely.
I don't think enough people say that.
No. But I think that's important too. And what you want or what you need is going to change throughout your time too, throughout your life. When someone with 3 kids at 23 years old isn't going to have the same needs as someone who is, single at 25, 26, it's going to be a totally different situation. But I'll tell you how I budgeted most of my time in the military, which
go ahead. I'm ready.
This isn't going to give a lot of faith to my business side. But
we grow.
Yeah, we do. But I spent, and I like to travel. I like to spend I like to do what I wanted to do. But what I did do was I would have separate accounts for different things. So once things were paid that I needed to pay, and those were based on what I wanted. When worst investment in the world, I had a wakeboard boat for a while. I got it because I wanted to. Had it for a couple of years. Cool. Waste of money. Absolutely. But I had it, did it, done. But all the things were paid for, came out first, right? That was just, I had everything on allotment, right? The big dollar things to pay for. And then the other stuff, it went to 2 different bank accounts. So, and I had 2 different ATM cards. And one, I knew that it didn't matter. I didn't want to spend it all. But if I were in Mexico, for example, let's just, stick to your story.
Sure.
I could swipe that debit card until it said no. And if it said no, what still happened? My freaking bills are paid. And, the little bit I was going to put away, depending on the time, because there's times I put away quite a bit, times I put away less, but that was already done. So that card I didn't worry about. So I never had to to be totally honest, most of the time I didn't even look at my bank accounts, because I knew as long as that one didn't say no, if it said no, I'm like, shit, okay, that's not cool, because now I can't go out tomorrow night.
Right.
But everything's covered, everything's done. And that does change through your time of how much I did have to spend, but I didn't have to feel guilty about it. And it took that kind of thinking away from me when I'm out. If you're out having beers, the last thing you want to do is think, right? Because you're going to screw it up.
The last thing you can do is think.
Yeah, exactly. Should I take out another grand to gamble? Should I hit the blackjack tables? Yeah, of course I should.
Sounds good. Well, you'll double your money.
I think that your way of thinking is pretty common. I mean, we definitely went through a phase like that where we just made sure everything important was paid for the month.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was like, okay, whatever, once the money runs out, it runs out, but all the other important things were paid for.
Right.
I mean, not a great way to live. And then especially when we had kids, we couldn't do that anymore.
Well,
but there you go.
Common.
It changes.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people who file for bankruptcy because that's not the way they think. They just, if they have a credit card with a $20,000 limit, they're going to $20,000 and $1, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Until they say, hey, you can't spend any more money. And then they're paying late fees. Then they're paying
Yeah.
interest. And, anything they bought, they're going to be paying for 20 years. Have you ever looked at a credit card statement and it tells you how long it takes to pay off the minimum?
Yeah.
It's like for $4,000, it's probably 36 years or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially with like E3 money or something.
It's
like,
stupid. I hate looking at that stuff. I don't like to look at that stuff.
I don't either, but
maybe that's irresponsible of me, but I'm just like, here, take all my money. Pay it off.
When I was nothing, just joined the military right outside of Norfolk, they had the E1 of that financing, Jay. Oh, they love us, don't
Gotta
they?
love it. Yeah.
And I bought my second car there. I bought my first one back home. It didn't last very long. So I went there and I got me some E1 of that financing for about 29% interest. Yeah.
That's a deal.
Got that Mustang and then realized, holy crap, my insurance costs as much as my car.
Yeah.
And I struggled for a long time, but it's like that wakeboard boat, right?
Right.
I just saw it. I wanted it and I paid way too much interest for it. But that was because I had, shitty credit. I was young.
Yeah.
That's another thing, working on your children's credit and young sailors' credit, when they're really young, to get that credit score built up, because credit is expensive when you're below 650.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it is expensive. Yes, for sure. For sure. And another kind of along the same lines too, when you're talking about that, cost of credit and all that good stuff, another thing, instead of, I leverage the crap out of everything. We talked about that before, like, especially on the real estate side, but I know that and understand it. So I'm not scared to do that. Other things I don't know as well, then I don't do that. But another little deal, instead of always having to put stuff on that credit, is once you start getting into some type of investment, if that's your thing, my new rule at a certain point became, I can buy whatever I want, do whatever I want, whatever the dollar amount is. But whenever something new pops up that I want to do, I have to go and make another investment that will pay the payment for that. So if I wanted to go buy a boat today, then I need to go make another investment that monthly return is going to pay for that payment. And it's crazy because it's weird how that changing that mindset for me too made me be more creative with investing. And it made me go, all right, cool. Well, shoot, I want this now. So I got to find a way to make this, happen quickly. And so much as possible when you change it to what you want to do versus what you have to do. Does that make sense?
It is. And when you understand how money works, and that what you just said, if you want that car, you get an investment that makes the payment. That's straight out of Rich Dad Poor Dad. Right.
Yeah.
And
that's a great book.
It is. And it's still
Cash Flow Quadrant. All that stuff is so basic and perfect.
How old is that book? And it's still, as effective today as it was.
Almost as old as you are.
Well, no, it's not that old. They didn't write it in stone.
Oh yeah. Well, I think the original one was. Now they've just reproduced it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's all good.
That was one of the first financial books I ever read. I was like, man, this is awesome. I'm going to follow none of this advice for the next 10 years, but I listened.
But it is awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. And then it caught up with me and I was like, okay, now it's time to save.
Right. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Well, there's a lot of people, and the housing market. So real estate, we're going to talk about that for a second. There's a lot of people sitting on a lot of money right now because that house that they paid $300,000 for is worth $400,000 right now. A year later, and interest rates now, instead of 4%, are down to 2.5. That's lot of, I call it fake money, right? All debt is not bad debt.
Right.
So when you have $100,000 in equity in your house, and it really depends on your situation, and you're smart with money, it's not smart to leave it sit there. That's my opinion. Not everyone's opinion, but what do you think about that?
No, I agree with you too. And I agree. It does depend on the person and people knowing their own limits of how disciplined they'll be.
Yeah, don't take it to Vegas.
Yeah. I mean, well, I may have done that before. No, I've done that with my house money, but do you have another time? I'll tell you a bad Vegas story for me.
Okay.
Made a bad investment there, but for sure. No, I think that is huge. And I just actually signed last week while I was back in Virginia. I had the mobile notary come to sign my HELOC. I took another HELOC on one of my properties because I want to have access to that money. Right. I didn't want to refi at the time because my rate on that one's like 2.12. So, I'm like, I don't want to mess with that. It's 2 units, but I took a HELOC and just cool. That's going to sit there till I have that. I just don't want to miss any good investment opportunity. So then when I need that next one that and right now, what I think that I'm really into is now adding, especially out here in San Diego, like ADUs or adding units to the lots, already have a home, add a couple to it. Right now we're adding three units to a lot that we already have a single family home in, because you can build for less than half the price of what the
land
price per square foot is once it's done. Right. So you have instant equity. So with a HELOC, cool. Instead of doing a hard money loan, or instead of using all your cash, or if you're using it, investing it in other things, because I agree with you, that money should be making money for you. That HELOC's there for me now. So when I have that, like for instance, when the tenants move out of this place I have by the bay, as soon as those tenants move out, I want to put another unit on top of it. So that HELOC sitting there, I'll just pull the money from that, pay that interest. But then a couple months later, when it's done, I can refi back out of it, put that money, pay that HELOC off and just reuse it again and again and again,
So, So when you say HELOC, what is that for the?
I'm sorry, home equity line of credit. So just borrowing against your equity in your home. And I have done cash out refis for sure. And I just kind of turn that cash over the same way. If I cash it out, I'm not doing that for the Vegas trip as much as Mike tries to talk me into it, or for Bronco, as much as Mike wants to talk me into it.
Yeah, we talked about that on the show too.
Yeah, let's talk about those. But actually right now that is an investment, to be honest. That is an investment. So that's another thing, just being aware of the opportunities.
Since we've talked last time, I also ordered a Hummer.
Oh my gosh.
Serena, you're gonna you got to get him under control, man.
I did.
Well, I'll take your Bronco if you want to gift that to me.
I'm going to sell that and make some money.
Serena, gift it
for you, Serena. I will sell it for what I paid for it. I won't charge you anything extra.
Gosh.
Hey, that's a good deal right now.
I know. I got other shit I got to pay for right now.
Well, hey, if you're listening out there and you're thinking about investing in cars, don't do it. It's risky. You never know when the market's coming back. But right down the road, there's a Range Rover, the new not Discover. What is the Range Rover? Defender?
Oh yeah,
and I know for a fact it's $91,000 is how much it is new, because I priced it because I like them.
Right.
And they have a used now for almost $100,000, because that's the market right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a G-Wagon for Mercedes, they make you sign something saying that you're going to keep it at least a year and you're not going to export it.
I was just talking with my cousin. He's a car salesman, like luxury car salesman like that. And we had dinner all together last week. And he was saying, like, people come into him and right now he's like, don't do this. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, this is not right for you. Or like people coming in with perfect credit and having to put down like 20 grand on a car. Yeah. And they're like, why?
They're going to be upside down in a year.
Yeah. He's like, don't do this right now. And he's like, he was saying he feels bad for families that like have to buy a car.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I would hate that for myself right now, because thank God my car's running fine. I would hate if I had to go buy a new car right now. Oh, that would suck.
A new car, honest to God, a new car is probably, okay, Serena, but if you try to buy a used car,
yeah.
If you can afford to order a car and wait on it for a few months, you're in so much better shape than if you had to buy a used car right now.
Yeah.
Especially a used truck.
One of Morgan, who works with me, one of our agents, she was throw her business out there, but she was looking for she wanted a 4Runner. Her car was, on its last leg. She's like, cool, I'm getting a new 4Runner or like a year or two old. So she was looking at those, and to get like a 2-year-old 4Runner, she's like, oh, I found one, I found one that I like, what I want. It's like, 20 minutes away and it's this much. I'm like, I love 4Runners, so I know how much they cost. Hold on, let's check this shit out new. Right. It was the same price.
Yes.
Yeah.
2.5 years old she had to wait a month to get the new one, but
it's worth it, right?
Yeah.
Some people aren't willing to wait though. And that's why,
yeah.
Jay, that's why I have 3 Broncos ordered and a Hummer because
in
people
case
can't
one
wait.
breaks, you don't want to have to wait, right?
No.
You
So
gotta
I
have a
can sell it
backup.
so I can sell it to people like
Who
her
can't
that,
wait.
that don't have someone like you to tell them not to buy it.
Oh my
Right?
God. Yeah, but what colors did you order? Because you got a red one, right?
I have a maroonish red, then I have a bright red, and then I have a chili pepper, like orange-ish. Oh, and my daughter has a green one coming in about 2 months. So
Okay.
actually,
No.
yeah.
I don't like any of those colors.
What color do you want me to order for you, Serena?
I'm not
Right.
going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you.
we got a Bronco broker right here. Just like,
Well, okay. So Brandon's kind of trying to talk me out of it because right now I drive a Navigator and my friend has a Bronco and my Navigator parked next to the Bronco. It like just swamps it. And I'm like, I need the big car.
You
I've got
need a-
2
you know
kids
what?
that-
Yeah. If you want a Bronco, it's because you want to go off-road. You want
Yeah.
to take I live near the beach. You want to take the
Yeah.
doors off and the top off. If you want
Yeah.
comfort, it's the Navigator.
Well, we have a Wrangler for that.
no.
Yeah. So there you go. You're good.
Yeah. I need the space and the size. And Brandon was like, you're not going to like the Bronco.
Hey.
It's small.
Serena, size matters.
It does. It does matter.
Mike's been waiting to say that. He's just
I know, right?
Yeah, Well, Jay, I don't want to hold you up. I really appreciate you coming on the show and sharing
Yeah.
some financial insights. And maybe we can do a long format, maybe a YouTube video and break
Sure.
that, maybe break down the LAS or
Yeah.
a simple budget, not anything complicated,
Sure.
just to give people an idea of, I think a lot of people don't understand credit scores and,
Yeah.
and what it takes to get above that 650 or 700 mark.
Mhm.
Yeah, we can do some
Yeah.
of that on your YouTube
Shoot.
channel, mine, but tell us how
Perfect.
people would reach out to you or what you can do to help. But this is your
Sure.
time, man.
Oh, hey, no, I appreciate that. And thanks for having me on. But anyone who wants to check out some of the podcasts and hear me and Mike bullshit on mine a couple of times can go to expeditionpodcast.com. And if you do go there, if you have any questions too, you can register on there, send a message, and we will either answer them in a podcast or I'll send you back the information or make sure I get you that answer because we want people to have this info and just, put themselves further along, however they want to do that. And then also landingcollective.com is our, main site. So you can always go there, as well as the newest thing is your PCSpartners.com. So that's your YOUR PCSpartners.com. And that's the newest that we're just building out that I was talking with you about before, Mike. And we're just really trying to have a PCS Genie. So anybody who's transferring, moving so that they don't have to track down all that information, it's free. So we'll just get you someone, ask a few questions where you're going, what you're looking for, and we'll get you a person, like usually it's going to be a male spouse or a veteran that's already done that. And just to get you all the info you need to help make your move, go smoothly.
Now for that website, it's not completely up and running yet, right? If someone listening to this tomorrow.
Mhm.
So it is, because I looked at it a while ago, me and you talked. So since then it's up, it's good.
Well, you know what? I should say it will be transferred over by tomorrow.
Okay.
Or should be. They're telling me
Hey,
that because our old site wasn't, and we just uploaded all the info to this one and they said it would. So you know what? I've been on a plane all day. So maybe wait until Friday.
Sure. We'll wait for the green light.
Yeah. Maybe wait for Friday, but that will be up and running this week.
Well, I got to edit this to put it out. I won't edit this part. It'll go straight to YouTube, but for the podcast, they'll do some editing and that takes more than tonight. So you're safe, Jay.
Yeah.
Safe. All right. Good deal.
Hey,
Well, it wouldn't be the first time I failed anybody anyway with
Me
meeting
either.
the deadline. You know what I mean? I learned that in the Navy.
that's how you get better.
Yeah.
You fail and you figure out what you did wrong and you move forward.
Well, also that's how you get things done, right? I mean, you know
Yes.
this in the business side, like you could nothing's ever going to be ready to go until you
No.
say it's going on this day, or I'm going to do this presentation
Yes.
on this day. And then usually you're finishing it right beforehand, you're racing to the finish, or it just doesn't happen.
If it only takes a minute, why not wait to the last one?
That's what I always said.
That's my husband's motto.
That's what I said in college for my papers,
hey,
right?
I know, Serena, I know he worked for me.
Is he not the worst procrastinator you've ever met?
No,
It's
he's not
time
the worst.
management. I'm going to make an argument that's time management because I agree. You wait till the last minute, it only takes a minute.
That's true.
kills
Because I
me.
work good under pressure.
It
Yep.
gives me
I
anxiety.
do not work good when I have a lot of time.
Oh, he's giving me the stink eye right now. I just got the bird.
He didn't procrastinate on that, did he?
No,
No, he
I
sure
jumped right in.
Why didn't you give that to me later? Like, why'd you got to do it right now?
Yeah. He's probably been thinking about it for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I know, right?
All right, Jay. Well, hey, stick around. for the drink of the week. How's that?
I will. Yes, absolutely. I can't wait to hear about that.
We'll come right back for the drink of the week.
Sounds good. Hey.
So Jay, we're going to do our drink of the weekend. Before we come back on the air, I found out all you've eaten today was a biscuit. So this should be good.
I know. It'll be good. It will be good.
Well, we'll go ladies first, and not you, Jay, but the other lady.
Oh, the other one?
Yeah. Serena.
Okay. So I just have some gin with some ice water, and there's supposedly some sort of like elderberry syrup in here, but it's just gin. It tastes like hairspray. No, it's good. I haven't had it's nothing fancy. It's from my DrinkWorks machine, which by the way went out of business. I haven't even talked to you about that. Yeah.
So how do you order stuff for it now?
You don't. You just get a refund on your machine. Have you ever heard of a DrinkWorks machine?
I haven't.
Okay. It's made by Keurig, and it's a cocktail machine. So you buy these little pods that look like K-cups, but they have cocktails in them, and they serve them cold and or carbonated, whatever you want. But it's like a year old. And Brandon and I had to have one, so we bought one, and it's a conversation piece anytime we have guests over. But I just got an email like mid-December saying the company is done. Well, Keurig's not done, but the DrinkWorks segment is done. And they're like, too bad, so sad.
You get your money back though.
Yes, we get our money back. So that's great. But I've been drinking up all the pods, and this one is it's just called this one's just called it's called a Midday Martini, and literally it just said on it gin and elderberry syrup, but it is gin.
Good.
And it is good. And I haven't eaten anything but a handful of almonds since like 1. So yeah.
Yeah. So good drink. All right, Serena.
Yeah.
All right, Jay.
Martinis and almonds.
Yeah. And hey, Serena, I would go online and look for half price pods somewhere. But anyway.
I know. Help me out there, will you?
Another financial tip by Mike.
Yes. Yeah. Half price pods. How about you, Jay? What are you drinking?
I'm just going with a little Woodford today.
You can't go wrong with that.
No, you can't. Playing it safe. So a little Woodford today.
Yeah.
Wash down that biscuit.
Wash down your biscuit. Have you tried the double oaked?
I have. I love it.
Yes,
I
do too. There's a bottle in there. They just opened up a liquor store about an hour away from my house called Cost Plus Liquors. It's like cost plus 10%.
It's not bad at all.
It's not bad at all.
Listen, when you go there, look for pods for me, and I'm not joking.
Right.
Oh, I will.
I mean, for real.
I wasn't going to go back to the liquor store this week, Serena, but for you.
Well, I mean, you don't have to go this week. Just
yes, I do. You asked me to. I'm going.
Okay.
You make such sacrifices.
Okay, thank you.
Well, Jay, if you're a bourbon guy like me, I know. Have you tried Heaven's Door?
I have not.
Where's that from?
Tennessee. It's delicious, and I normally don't like anything above 80, 90 proof. It's 126 proof. Right.
I hope you had more than a biscuit and more than some almonds.
Yeah, I hope you ate dinner.
I had full dinner and an ice cube. I am golden.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're good to go. I'm gonna have to try that. Heaven's Door.
Yeah, but normally if you get anything over 100 proof, it you know what I mean? It may taste okay, but it stings. It's just but this is the best thing I've ever had over 100 proof. And it's 125 proof.
Well, next drink of the week, we're just going to do moonshine. Is that what we're going for now?
Moonshine's only about 80, really. So.
Yeah, but that's... Hey, I don't know about all this. I don't know the financial advice and stuff, but if you guys want me to come back on drink of the week, like every week, just let me know. I'll just come for that part.
Sure.
Chase, hey, Serena, we found our match.
Yeah. Don't even put me on camera. I'll sit back and watch it and have a drink with you guys.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on for the drink of the week. Thank you for coming on our podcast.
Absolutely.
And like I said, we'll get some blogs out there. We'll do some long format, something to help people it's all about getting information to veterans. That's what it's all about. So thank you so much. And I look forward to talking to you again soon, buddy.
All right. Thank you.